We're taking gentlemen. You see us coming and you all together, Muslim cover. This time. Here it now, before you're gone and you're not listen. Well, I'm ready to see. Let's go down below. Aim at you with the doors about. Tears down, everyone. They talking no talk trails. We're just I knew you're too. Jumping me out with the doors about.
You're listening to Monkey Butt Radio on the Vets on Media Network.
We are live from the iVetic studio in North Scottsdale. I am Mike, and joining me at the big green granite table is Mikey Biggest and Big Mike and the wizard on the board, Scooter. Monkey Butt Radio. How's it going, guys?
I think I'm deaf in one ear.
What up, butts?
Why are you deaf?
I think I'm having some misshapen head difficulties with these headphones. I can't get them adjusted right, so I can't hear.
They're lopsided,
I
man.
don't know, dude.
If Mr. and Mrs. Biggest are listening, if you would have stopped dropping your child on his head when he was a baby, would have been nice. But
It's because he bangs his freaking beer bottle.
That's what allowed me to fucking grow that massively dense forehead of mine. Hey, that's better. I can hear myself now.
There you go.
Thank you, Scooter. I'm not going deaf, guys. It's all right. Thank you very much.
So, well, thank you for joining us tonight. If you'd like to connect with us, you can go to www.monkeybuttradio.com, drop us an email, follow us on Twitter at monkeybuttradio, and also on Facebook. Remember the studio phone number. And you know what? We're Scooter. Open up the phone lines tonight. It'll be kind of fun if somebody wants to comment. 602-399-7787. And for those who are listening for the first time, remember we are R-rated. If you don't like it,
fuck you.
We need that as a soundbite, just so we can hit the button, whatever.
fuck you. In stereo.
That'll be a good one.
So last week we had Dave on the show for Dave Adams from the Warriors Ministry of Adventure Community Church in Davenport, Iowa. Some pretty cool stuff that they're doing. You know, buying motorcycles for missionaries.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
I'll do it missionary for a motorcycle. Just saying. It's like Boggle, man. Doesn't mix up the letters. You make new words. It's cool.
there you go.
It all pans out.
It boggles
I
his
think
mind.
if he did, he deserved a motorcycle.
Yeah,
That's right.
You know,
can you see him on a Honda 125?
sure. I'd laugh.
Monkey
It'd be
fucking a
funny.
football.
That would be awesome.
Goddamn, ate up like a soup sandwich.
We'd have to have races to see who could burn the clutch out as fastest.
That'd be
Yeah.
kind of fun.
I believe I would win. I think I am the heaviest one here.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty thick. I'm taller than you too.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I'm just saying I'm pushing 300. I'm 298.
Oh, okay. Then you're way more than I do.
We are the champions.
Dubby bitches.
You're a fat ass motherfucker.
Hey, it's a Uniboo race.
There you go. There you go. This week we're gonna take it a little bit easy. The guys went out for the ride on Saturday. I did not make it. My bike took a crap.
Yeah, Mike's got bad jugs.
No, you didn't.
No, the jugs are fine now. But
you didn't take a crap. You shit all over yourself on that one.
Boop. Well, I got from my house to the 51, and it just died.
Plop, plop,
Yeah.
plop.
So pushing the bike back to the house was not a good thing. You know what? You know what? Here, okay.
Fuck you.
My wife rides her bike back home and then starts walking back to me and goes, "You need my help? You want me to go home and get the truck?" What the fuck do I need the truck for?
That's all on you. That's your damn fault.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because I didn't let her push the bike.
You never taught her.
Because you got married.
You haven't taught her how to peg yet.
You know what? I told her that. She goes, "You know what? I need to learn to ride a bike by myself before I can do that."
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying. That's all on you. Riding with the novices.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Well, I heard you did too.
Wow.
No comment. I promised I would not say a damn word about that.
Yeah.
And I'm in just one of those moods where I might just say fuck it and do it anyway.
You never know.
So let's start off. Biggest news. I know you wrote up today, and I'm going to preface the first section because you really don't have any news except for.
I have news. I have breaking news.
Okay.
It's a news flash.
Go for it.
News flash, everybody. Listen up. This is very important. It's fucking hot. It's Arizona and it's fucking hot.
You know this
607 today.
107.
It's hot enough.
That's the difference between Biggest and our local weathermen.
I get out
You're
there and feel
accurate.
it.
You're accurate.
Biggest actually knows what 107 degrees feels like.
Yes. Well, I do monitor the weather when I'm riding, and I find out that it says 108 on your phone. So 108 degrees here as we're riding in. Well, I'm riding in because somebody doesn't have a bike, and somebody doesn't ride his. Just saying.
I got shit to do.
I know.
It's not like this isn't a free for all here.
And the way
The kind of money I make at this station dictates, dictates a lot of things in my life. I got to work before and after. Fuck you.
Yeah,
make
all
money.
right. Somebody's paying him. Damn it. No, when I come in, I test. I know when it's getting hot out. Not only because
His ass
my
starts
head
sweating.
gets red, my man tits fucking sweat to no end. But if I sit
called
up
switties.
really high, if I sit up high enough, the air blows them dry, so it's good. Well, my number one, when I know it's getting over 105 degrees, when I can feel my brake fluid thin out, and my brakes go a little soft. I'm running a probably 80% right now with this heat. So as it gets hotter, your brake fluid thins out, and that's going to get to our topic. But that's how I know it's hot, and that's when it sucks.
Breaking news.
That's what these lines are when you get that fat in the back of your head.
Oh, the hot dog neck?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually there so that when the sweat runs off the top of your head, it doesn't run right down your back into your ass crack. It has to take its time. It's like Plinko. Before it hits your back, you're just saving yourself some time.
Cooling agent.
That's right.
I'm going to start riding like this now. Because Mike made me feel bad. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I got a fat neck. Oh.
Like a package of hot dogs.
So one of the things that we were talking about in the parking lot, it's different riding. We talked about winter riding. We talked about riding in the spring and riding with others and riding different rides.
Yeah,
But
the show
riding the
The
bitch.
show wasn't around last summer.
Yeah.
So
So this is the first summer that we're going to be talking about it. But what are some of the precautionary things that you do to start when it starts getting hot like this over 100 here? What do you start doing to prepare for the hotter days?
hydrate. Wait. Let me do one first. I hydrate first and foremost, and I also adjust my distances. That's what I do.
Okay, so I understand hydrate, and you know what? Use the old rule, the color of your pee. If your pee is white, you're hydrated enough.
What if it's red?
You
have a
go
kidney
see
stone.
a urologist.
Yes.
Your pee-pee is leaking.
Yeah, but why? What do you mean adjust your distance?
Just my distance for any of the travel, because when I grew up on carbureted bikes, so I've got it ingrained in me that when the weather changes, if you're not making adjustments, things are going to perform different. So sometimes changing my distances for certain reasons is totally off kilter because I'm on a fuel-injected bike now. But the brake fluid thing, that's the big deal. Is when I'm in stop-and-go traffic, I'm always watching out to see how far it's going to take. Because it's been to the point where my brake fluid got so hot, I could almost pull my brake back to my grip to get maximum braking.
Wow.
It happens, and then
It's called the old steroid jerk.
you never know when you're going to get something leaking because it gets dried out in the heat. So
For the guys at Performance Machine over in California, Biggest needs a new set of brakes on his bike.
Because I'm not having that problem, guys. I don't know.
really, you don't have a problem when you're
Do you run PM on your bike?
No, mine's all stock Harley Brembo.
but you don't have a problem with your brake fluid getting thinner.
You know why? Because he doesn't ride his fucking bike.
Oh, that's true.
You guys are so full of shit. I'm full of shit.
What?
I can tell you what my saddlebags got in there right now is a fucking old Kmart Special Thermal. The old fucking white ones you used to ride around when you were cold as fuck in the Midwest. I carry one with me. I cut the armpits out of it. So I got holes in the armpits, but I just use it when I stop off. I drench the fucker in the sink at the Chevron, throw the fucker on, and ride from there 20, 30 miles and get off.
Do
Go
it
to the
again.
Chevron, dose that fucker in water and throw it on and do it again. It's like a swamp cooler on wheels.
Like,
Yep,
like
that's a
you're
good
talking about
idea.
like the thermal underwear?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, and it holds tight to your skin, so you don't get any air.
And
in
there's a
between
lot
it.
of volume. It holds a lot of water.
Yep, it gets nice and heavy.
Mhm.
So, and it stays tight to your skin, so you don't have to worry about the heat getting between your skin and the thermal. And the
So then you-
breeze will hit the water and create a swamp cooler effect. Boy, it's nice. Super
I just
nice.
didn't think of doing a thermal idea. That's a good idea.
Of course it is. I'm a
Any-
smart fucking
anything
guy.
with anything with mass that'll hold a lot of water. That's it.
Switties.
Sweeties. Yay, sweeties.
So
I think I'll use my old woolly pulley. That motherfucker probably only come down to here. I don't know.
That's called a
I
dicky.
stretch that.
you know what a woolly pulley is?
Oh my God, we digress. Is it break time yet? Son of a bitch.
So okay, you hydrate. Keep something in your saddlebags. This is nothing or something else for your emergency kit. So something a piece of article of clothing you can wet down and put on to kind of cool yourself down a little bit. I have extra bandanas in mine for my head. If my head's cool, the rest of me is fine.
Well, yeah,
And-
your heat escapes to the top of your head,
Yeah.
your palms, bottom of your feet, and your armpits and your crotch. Well, unfortunately, you can't ride around in crotchless. Well, maybe you can.
I
don't know.
always do.
But you can let the top of your
He
head breathe.
tucks. He tucks.
So a lot of guys that like to wear a full bandana on their head,
I do.
think about just wearing it as a bandana across your forehead, not covering the dome of your head. Try to run it just around here, around your forehead area, so let the heat escape. But another thing you got to be really cognizant of, and it's not necessarily the heat more so as the sun, is especially in the mountain states like us, we're so much closer to the fucking sun. When it's hot and the sun's out a lot longer, see, in the winter you can get away with it because the sun's only up from 8 o'clock to 4:30. But when the sun's up from 6 to 9 at night, you need to be wearing sunscreen. And not that
Ooh.
SPF 15 or 20 shit. I'm talking about the old-fashioned 50 fucking, it looks like I'm...
White.
That's
Right.
that lifeguard zinc.
Yeah.
Right.
That shit all over your head.
And
That's
and-
why I'm not wearing my cat rag right now. It's because I get tan so quick. Just in a quick ride from my house to here, I'm seeing differences. Hell, I had my hair, it was maybe 3/16 of an inch long, and look, there's already a difference right there just from that. So yeah, just for beauty's sake,
That's because you're a beaner.
make sure I don't cover up my head.
Two other things I'd like to mention, just because I do ride my motorcycle in the summer, unbeknownst to these fucking two knuckleheads. Wearing gloves, whether they're fingerless or full, because everything on your fucking motorcycle is hot as fuck to touch. Everything you touch when you get off your motorcycle, gas pump handles, fucking you name it.
Well,
You're a cheap bastard, you want to pick a penny up off the fucking ground. You're going to burn the shit out of your fingers.
Mhm.
So wear the gloves. And the last tip that I would say to anybody that's riding their bike in the summer, especially out here, is chapstick. You think the wind fucks you up out east? Have the wind and 115 fucking degrees beating on your sensitive
It
little
cooks you.
ass kissers. Yeah.
Yep.
talk about let's kind of back up a little bit about gloves. Hi. Put on that hand too.
Glove.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Fingerless gloves. Even in the summertime here, it gets so hot you burn the hair off your fingers.
Rubber gloves.
Yeah, rubber gloves. There you go.
Snap.
But something that works for me is the mechanics gloves. But the little nylon.
Sure.
It's got the leather palms on it, but mechanics gloves works real well.
Did you say hairy palms? What?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Just see.
Of course, the hairy palm.
Rub them all off.
But everything you would normally think about when you're riding a motorcycle in a cool weather, throw everything to the exact opposite. Well,
Sunglasses.
everybody wears eye protection though, right?
Yeah, but
That's the
good
law.
ones. Good ones. Though.
That's the law. Buckle up. Oh no, wrong show. Yeah, so I mean, warm weather, it's a pain in the ass. I guess the only other thing that I would be cognizant of, especially here in Arizona, and I know it doesn't matter for a lot of people in our states, but it could in California, it could in Colorado, Montana, some of the mountain states, Utah. We now want to get out of the weather, so we're going up north. But we're not the only people getting out of the weather. Jackasses with their RVs, monkeys with fucking really fast cars and horrible reasons to drive them.
The great snowbird exodus.
Exactly. So we have to be really concerned about the traffic patterns and the people that are on the road during the times we're on the road. We have the distinct advantage of loving traveling because we're on motorcycles. So we can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get on our bikes, and we're happy. Where you're hoping that Slackjaw McGraw and his family of 15 in that fucking $1 billion RV that's sure as shit going to crash and Bumblebee, they're not going to leave until 6 or 7. So think about the times that you're riding your motorcycle too, and you're getting the hell out of Dodge and the places you're going to go. So be aware.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks, guys.
Oh, no,
You're so welcome.
no, thank you.
We got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes to break.
Stretch it out. Stretch.
Wow, I heard like 6 bones
I
crack
know.
when he did that. Holy shit.
That's not right.
That wasn't stretching, that was breaking.
That's what happens when you get old.
Yes.
But
See, when you're younger, you wore fatigues. Now you're just fatigued.
yes, very much so. Very much so.
I feel that pain. I do.
Oh,
Yeah. Does your emergency kit change in the summer? Besides adding water in your saddlebags?
No, not really. I'm pretty thorough, for both climbs. Either way I go with what I got.
Yeah. And yours doesn't change except for maybe the thermal in there.
no, I carry more batteries, though. More batteries for my safety lights and my flashlights because they die so fast in the hot heat. It's not even in the. That's why, if you go to somebody's house and you always see a box of batteries in a refrigerator because it keeps them longer. But when you expose those same lithiums to 115, 120 inside your saddlebag, 140, they die pretty fast. That and run nitrogen in your tires. You get a lot less flux.
Huh.
Versus regular old.
I heard that was bullshit, though.
No, it's not.
I heard.
I know how I know. My last 2 vehicles, my 2 cages, have those automatic sensors. And on the dashboard, it lets you know in the morning. So in the morning in Arizona, when it's 60 or 70 or 75 degrees, 1 or 2 of them will be a pound or 2 light. And then as the day heats up, I'll go a pound or 2 heavy. They actually adjust. Nitrogen has a lot less flux in it. So you're just a lot safer. You got more rubber on the road. You're getting a little more consistent tire pressure. Because when you're traveling, you're not stopping off everywhere checking your air pressure. You usually check your air pressure in the morning before you leave, and then you don't see it again until the next day. Or next 2
I
days.
tell by my ass. It's when my ass starts doing this back and forth, I know I'm getting a little low. It's getting a little squirrely. I better figure.
I thought it was
better
just
stop and do something.
No, that's called swamp ass. Your
Oh,
ass
is that
just,
what it is?
Your ass is
Sliding?
just sliding around in your jeans.
Okay, I got you.
Well, you got anything else, Mikey?
I got a lot of shit.
Don't
but
buy a black
I'm-
bike.
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not going to talk about it because it's all personal shit. We talked about it before the show, and
Okay.
I'm just angry. I bought a new bow. That's it.
Well, let's talk about it after the break.
Okay,
Okay?
that's fine.
This is this first segment was brought to you by Stripper Juice. When you go out for a ride in the summertime, use Stripper Juice. It'll keep your ride clean.
And protect it.
it'll keep your paint from oxidizing from that heat too.
Yes.
So if you can't park in covered parking, you better be putting
Oh,
something
and
on
you
there.
know what? And it's got UV protection.
Well,
That's
then
what
wipe
I'm
it on your
saying.
fucking forehead to boot. Stripper juice is not just for your bike anymore.
That's right. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
How about that bandit? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you or someone you know suffering from eczema, diabetes, or vitamin deficiencies? Then I can share with you something to help remedy that with health and wellness. It can be a business plan too, which is a great opportunity to meet and interact with all types of people who care about changing lives. So when you are ready to make a difference, call Jamie at 602-295-9969. That's 602-295-9969.
Hey everyone, it's Adam from Vets On. Are you or someone you know looking for employment? Then look no further than iVetX. iVetX is placing veterans with the right hiring companies. Join their mission in putting veterans in inspiring careers with ensured success. Access their national pipeline of military talent for companies. All veterans are pre-screened for 55 soft skill sets, 800 clarification types, education, experience, salary range, and so much more. iVetX can help you find the perfect job to veteran match. Your skills are based on what's needed for success in that job. If you're a hiring company or a veteran looking for your next career, then get started today and go to www.ivetx.com. iVetX, bridging the employer-veteran gap by putting Americans' veterans to work today.
Hey Monkey Butt Nation, live life in the fast lane with 5-time land speed record holder Valerie Thompson.
Hey, this portion of the show is brought to you by caprag.com. This Future in Head Wraps is an exclusive supplier of the Monkey Butt Radio head wrap. If you'd like a head wrap, then go to caprag.com. Bill will take care of you. They provided the head wraps for the inaugural Memorial Day ride put on by Vets On Media.
And they sold well. We got some black ones and some pink ones.
Yep, saw a lot of people with them.
Yeah.
There was
Saw
quite
pictures.
a few people with them, so that's cool.
So how'd the ride go? That's kind of what this section is. The show's about. How'd the ride go?
Is this kind of like the section, or this is?
This is the section.
Okay.
It is.
Is it kind of like another section?
Yeah.
All right on.
Hey, do you know
Nosebleed.
Do you know Chata?
Who?
Chata?
Chata?
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Oh, thanks for joining us today. That's all from Mike. This is a
Bring us
wrap
back
up.
here, Mike. Come on, lead us into this whole thing.
So anyway, we had a wonderful time. I'm going to tell you that James, Michelle, and Adam really did a really good job.
Yeah.
They really did. I mean, they put on a classy event. We got there about 6:30 in the morning out there at the National Guard Armory, Papago and 52nd. They were already making breakfast. Place was already all set up. Everything was laid out. They must have slept there overnight. I mean, they really put in a really good show. All the sponsors were there. I mean, it was just so much going on. They put it together in such a short amount of time. The breakfast was great. The sponsors were great. The participants were great. They had a ton of great raffles. My favorite has to be Black Flag and the Liberator modified AR that they had out there.
Didn't fucking win it.
Yeah, son of a bitch. If you guys are listening from Black Flag, we could really use one of those Liberators or something very similar. Maybe donate it to their show. We know a couple of guys that could do some laser engraving, some really badass shit, and we'll raffle that thing off here, or I'll take it home. I mean, either way, you guys make the call.
Yeah. If he brings two, we could
have a sword
do different
fight. and then play with the ARs.
Yes, of course.
No, so about 40. There was 60 pre-registered, and thank you to all the Monkey Butt listeners that participated or donated. If you did donate, I did put your ticket in for the rifle raffle, but unlike me, you didn't win either. But we do appreciate the support.
Yes, that was a nice gesture.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
Even though they weren't here to take advantage of the whole thing, it worked out.
It would have been
that's good.
And I'll be honest with you, it would have been really hard for me to part with that rifle. I would have boxed it up with the utmost care.
When we bought tickets, we were standing right next to one another, and we were saying, "This is so and so. This is so and so. This is so and so."
Well, you know what,
And
guys?
therefore,
They bought you
we had
tickets.
checks and balances in place, so I can guarantee that nobody that we bought tickets for won that race.
Well, I can tell you this right now. Biggest was the checks and balances because I stole that motherfucker.
Thank you for your integrity, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm honesty. Isn't honesty part of integrity? I mean, I got some of it going for me.
Some of it.
No, but biggest, how many people you thought were there total for the ride?
There was a lot of cages, so it's hard to say. As far as just bikes alone, my estimate is 60. I think there were 60 bikes.
And I know that Michelle had said that there were 60 pre-registered. And then
But they were parked all kind of fucked up, so nobody got in line, so it was kind of hard because sometimes they were 3 deep in a line, sometimes they were
right.
2 deep, sometimes they were side by. So
Sometimes
it was
there were
hard
balls
unless
deep.
you went actually out there and counted. It's hard to tell, but I'd estimate about 60.
You know what? Listen to Bets On with Adam and James tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to talk about it.
Oh, absolutely.
They better. It's kind of a missed opportunity if they don't.
But I know that they had some major sponsors, including Monkey Butt Radio.
Yes.
And
Well, give a plug to the sponsors.
Monkey Butt Radio. We sponsored the show. It was pretty awesome. You know,
yeah,
It was
the
good
event was
stuff.
good. That's right. We got an honorable mention. You know, our money was not wasted. We really talked. We did some good networking. We talked to a lot of different people. I met a couple of people on the after party that was held at the Post 34 up in Cave Creek.
Mhm.
Very gracious hosts.
We had people that flew in from Oklahoma to do this ride.
Really?
Yes, and we met her at the after party.
Yes.
And that was
Was that the sponsor's friend with the big boobs?
Wow.
I don't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Although there was
I
a
don't
lot
know
of-
what you're talking.
There
about.
was a lot of big movies.
Oh,
Titties.
tongue sticking out. People bending over.
There was some magic happening. Don't get me wrong.
And the magic
The
increased
American
as the
Legion.
day went on
Oh, absolutely.
because there was $1.50 beers.
Yeah, if you
So-
if you can't have a good time at a Legion, you're doing it
you
wrong.
rolled through a C note pretty quick.
We rode through a couple of C-notes before we even got to the bar.
Yeah.
We were
I think we-
buying raffle tickets left and right. We were being very.
No, I'm just talking about beer, $1.50 beers.
no, I'm
Well,
saying
we,
no,
we dumped a couple $100 before the ride even started, and then we get there, and I know I dumped $50 in on beer alone,
right. Oh,
and then plus all the free ones we got. We got a lot of free.
yeah, we
beers.
did.
That was awesome.
We definitely played the angle. We're fucking stars.
Mhm.
We're big
We
time.
came in here.
rock
We were
stars.
like, man, what the hell? What's going on? We show us some love.
Yeah, and
It was good.
I'm working on my bike in the shop, and I'm getting text messages of you guys flipping me off drinking beer.
Well, what else were we to do?
We were- me the
We were
love.
testing the temperature of the beer. Is what we were doing to make
Yeah.
sure it was adequate.
And you know what's funny? We had a beer sitting there for you, but we all dipped our balls in it, just waiting for you to show up.
Thanks.
So we gave it to James.
Nice, James. You hear that? You drank sweaty balls.
Has my nuts taste?
No, but James did a really good job too. He emceed it before and after. You know, he did all the giveaways and whatnot. He was his typical charming, gregarious self. And when everybody, we had a good time. We really did. They raised some good money. I know that they were deep into 5 figures, so I know they did a good job. And you know what? I had a good time, and I know we sponsored the event, but I gotta tip my hat to Michelle and James. I mean, literally, they pulled
busted
it
their
together,
ass.
man.
3 months.
Yeah, that's
3
the
months.
impressive thing is that time frame that they did
Yeah.
this in, and it turned out this good.
Since January, well, maybe 4 months, maybe 3 or 4 months. But it's Michelle worked her butt off, and she got a set of volunteers to actually go out. I know Shane was one of the volunteers that helped from the backside of it, that helped go get sponsors.
I helped from the
Christine-
backside.
Yes. You smacked the backside.
Yeah, we'll reach around.
I just spit on it.
But Christina, the other host of No Limits, did a lot of work with Rob and her fiance. So the whole Bets on Media family did.
Yeah,
a lot
they
of work
did
on it.
for the time frame that they put this thing together, and you cannot tell that they haven't been planning this for a lot longer. 'Cause it turned out good. The decorations were cool.
The wall was awesome.
Yeah.
The wall was fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. And there was the normal logistics glitches that went on, but that's with every ride that you go into. And I think if these guys put as much effort into next year's as they do with this one, you won't even see those glitches.
And I'm
They did
telling
a
you,
good job.
and I told Michelle the same thing. I said if they do nothing different than what they did, nothing different, they should triple. Just from hearsay and the awareness of the event. Plus, they're going to have 11 months to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
So then we took the ride. The ride was a beautiful day. We got out to the National Cemetery. We parked. We did the
Pledge of
salute
Allegiance.
to the flag, Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence. Then we saddled back up and waited for the Sanderson Ford event to go by, which was, oh my God.
Shit.
You can tell that they had some corporate sponsors. Holy shit, there must have been 1,500 bikes on that ride. But I'm telling you right now, the National Cemetery was full of loud fucking pipes.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
I mean,
The
people
whole thing.
people
was
were
bikes.
waving at us and saluting us as coming. It was nice. We didn't have any. I didn't see a single protester.
No, I didn't either. I was looking.
And
But I knew as soon as we got inside the gates of the cemetery, there wasn't going to be nothing else in there.
shit, who in their right mind would do that?
Oh.
And then it was really nice looking around and seeing all the people with the hand brooms sweeping off all the headstones. I mean, it was really nice.
Mhm.
And then I just want to take a second to say thank you to all of my military and non-military friends that felt the need to reach out to me on Monday and thank me for my service. But I want to remind everybody that's Veterans Day.
Mhm.
On Memorial Day, I told them I appreciated it, and I didn't say anything negative, but I just wanted to spread the word that Memorial Day isn't for us that are still
For
here.
those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
Right.
It's for us to remember them. And, and although I appreciate it, I just want to try to set the record straight that Memorial Day isn't for veterans. It's for veterans that have lost their lives.
It's something that Michelle with the design and things with Square Peg Promos did with the shirts.
Square Peg Promos.
Yes.
Good company.
Yes.
Look them up.
I
Yes,
heard
they're good.
about them.
But
They're sharp.
They do
They're very
all
sharp.
they do all our media stuff as well for Monkey Butt.
Mhm.
But one of the things with the Never Forget on the side rocker on the women's tank tops and things like that, and that's what the Memorial Day was about, is never forgetting those who have given that sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And so with that being said, the spirits were great. They did a video. And who was it who did the video for
Restless
them?
Heart.
Yeah.
Was it Restless Heart?
Yeah, Restless Heart.
They put together this video that was phenomenal. And I'm telling you, literally from the bottom of my subcockles, it was classy. I'm not joking.
It was
He
it was
said
good.
Cock,
There was not a
was good.
single
dry
peep.
eye.
No, but not a single
But it was
peep.
tell the whole thing though from the start of that
You
video.
tell it.
No, you tell it better because it was
It was a cold,
it
dark
was
night.
it was just the quiet that was in that room, not only for the video but for the video, and then the national anthem. What was the order? It was the video.
They did the video. They did no. We did the national anthem. Then we went into the video. After the video, it was just silent the whole time, and then the screen goes blank and it starts going in and it's telling you a story. So there's no more visual other than the words. Nobody said anything, and then it went right into taps,
Mhm.
and then it went right into a moment of silence. I mean, literally, I believe James had to start saying something because it was just a very somber silence. Very
But it was
respectful.
that respectful silence. I mean, nobody was fidgeting with a cup. You didn't hear a fork moving across a plate. Nothing. Everybody was on their feet, either at attention or had their hand over their hearts or whatever. I mean, there was a picture that I think Christina posted. She said that was her favorite picture. Me and you just happened to be in the front, so I'm going to take credit that it was because you and I were in there.
Well, you
But
and the
actually-
booze
Oh,
unite.
everybody
it was-
it was like
It was all the
Yeah,
kids,
I saw that.
and they were standing there and they had their hands over their hearts.
that was a good picture.
That was cool.
You know, it was like the second balcony or
Yep.
second
And I gotta say, I'm a fantastic looking man
from behind.
based on that picture.
Well, at least the
behind.
back of his head,
Oh,
Saw the back of your
or
head.
top, doesn't matter. Depends if it's a midget.
right?
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up. So no, it was so classy, and that was the one thing. After the whole event, Michelle had come up and she said, "No, this, that, or." She goes, "But she said I didn't care what the hell happened. I didn't care if we had a flyover or we had a flyby." She goes, "I'll be damned if it wasn't going to be a classy event." And they
And
did
it was.
They did a fine job.
Mhm.
The chaplain was there, did a really good piece, had a great prayer before we kick stand up.
I think he was a little nervous.
I think he.
I was
you could
watching his
see
body
some-
language.
yeah,
Could you see him
hands,
flicking his
sure.
Bible? He was like flicking it.
Well, you know how many knives and guns were in that room. I mean,
Oh,
come on. Only God could have saved him.
I brought
really.
my knife. You know,
It was a beaut.
pretty awesome.
Sure was a beaut, Clark.
This fucker over here is everybody we start talking to. If we're hanging out there, he goes, "Hey, did you see his knife? Hey, show him your knife, man. That thing's awesome.
But it was.
I want one of these. These so awesome."
It was awesome.
Total strangers. He's like, "Hey, did you see his knife? It's
Well,
fucking awesome."
Yeah, but those guys from Black Flag, they really appreciated that knife.
Oh, they did.
They're craftsmen
They did.
themselves,
Yep.
you know. So I was just sharing. I didn't have a knife that fucking cool to show people. If he'd get me one, then maybe I'd be like, "Hey, see my knife? See my new knife? Hey, look at my knife."
That's why I won't get you one. You have no self-control.
Zero. Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba. That's all, folks.
Guys are fucking crazy.
No, but it was a great event. I tipped my hat to Michelle and James. Fucking knocked it out of the park. I can't wait for
I have
next year.
I have a question though. Okay, the food.
No,
at,
you can't have my cornbread.
the food at at the American Legion. They were talking about beer brats and all the other stuff for $6.
I didn't eat a damn thing at the.
Mine was all pork chop in a can.
I drank beer the entire time. Now, probably one of the greatest things, the burritos at the beginning, green eggs. They had green eggs for the. Yeah. Oh, it was awesome.
It was legit. I felt
so awesome.
Yep.
It was comfortable. It was, and I think those trays they were serving in were the old field ration trays for the field mess.
I can tell you this: the only thing that threw me off was there was real bacon on my plate. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know where they got it, and it threw me for a little bit of lube. But don't think I didn't put twice as much on my plate because of it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the eggs were green. The
lemonade was watery.
Oh, it was horrible.
The
coffee had so many grounds in it. When you got done, you had to go.
Yeah. I felt like Jimmy Crap corn.
But
it
was like a field kitchen. It was like a field kitchen. It was awesome.
So you're saying that the National Guard folks who volunteered did a good job?
They do it right.
And
they do it right.
The only way they could have made it better if it would have been the Air National Guard, because those fuckers get to eat well. That's all I'm saying. But it was good. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I can't even say enough about it. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I hope I have the opportunity to work with them. If they want to work with me, I would definitely work with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to volunteer. And
overall, total success. That's my opinion. It was a total success, except for that one part that
we're not talking about.
That's right.
Yeah. Mom's the word.
Hush.
So,
but it wasn't you, James or Michelle. I promise.
Yes.
Except I didn't win the fucking gun.
Yeah. Actually, that's a rifle. This is a gun. That one's for fighting. This one's for fun.
I use this one for fighting too.
and
I can wrestle.
And the other one for fun.
And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
Would your goal be to get you and your family out of debt? I can show you how thousands of people and families are doing just that. This is a business plan made simple. We offer everything from weight loss products to green cleaning solutions. Whether you're interested in making it a full-time or part-time opportunity to become debt-free, or if you are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Jamie at 602-295-9969. That's 602-295-9969.
Break one now. How about that bandage? You got some ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. If you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Do you need an extra push to start your day? Well, then tune in to Addie's Radio. Addie's Radio is a show that explores tough questions in an open and fun forum. The program also engages hard-hitting issues concerning veterans' physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. The show airs every Tuesday from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Vets On Media Network. Addie's Radio is hosted by Jesse James, a combat veteran of Afghanistan, so he knows the problems that veterans face every day. Jesse provides you guidance each and every week to be a better you. So tune into yourself each week by tuning into Addie's Radio. Go to vetsonmedia.com for show details.
Trains have the right of way 100% of the time over emergency vehicles, cars, and pedestrians. Trains can't swerve or stop quickly, resulting in a vehicle or pedestrian being hit by a train about once every 3 hours. Look, listen, and live. This message is brought to you by Operation Lifesaver of Oklahoma.
The news. Have you heard the news?
Have I?
Yes.
Heard the news?
Everybody's heard the news.
Huh. That's odd. I thought that would be big news.
You thought what would be big news?
Well, there seems to be an absence of a certain ornithological piece.
Adam, this is for you.
A headline regarding mass awareness of a certain avian variety.
What are you talking about?
Oh, have you not heard? It was my understanding that everyone had heard.
Heard what?
Right. Don't! Well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, Brian, don't you know about the bird? Well, Peter's gonna tell you about
the bird. Bird, bird, bird. And bird is the word.
No, we did that for one of the hosts for Vet Song with Adam and James. Adam Bird sends us a text saying that he's having a good time listening to the show. So
our hats off to you.
That was for you.
That was tribute. That was an ode to Mr. Bird.
to tell the truth,
I hate you all.
To tell the truth, Adam, we really don't think that much of you. It's just that we don't have enough material to fill the whole island. So.
we're a little light on classy material, so.
So, well, the third segment of the show is brought to you by
Is it
Operation
about
Life-
a certain ornithological topic?
A certain ornithological aviator?
So, the third section of the show is brought to you by Operation Lifesaver of Oklahoma. Remember, trains have the right of way
100% of the time.
That includes light rail, metro rail, all the other.
They cannot
rails.
stop fast or swerve.
Yes.
Remember that.
So
I just don't think they apply themselves.
if they would only try.
That's right.
Underachievers, those fucking trains. Why is their downfall our problem?
I know, right?
Deficiencies become America's problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Trains.
Last week,
They're like Democrats.
Last week we kind of cut Big Mike off a little bit with he wanted to talk about a topic that is coming to the forefront of the MROs recently. But go ahead and bring it up and tell us why.
Lane filtering. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it.
Definition, please.
Definition.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Last night, me and your mother did some lane splitting.
Ho, ho, ho. Did you do the thumb thing?
I just spit in it.
Because, she likes what I call the crab. It's like the shocker like this, but then you get it in there, and then you do this like a crab. That works out great.
I prefer the praying mantis.
Oh! Where she bites your head off. Is that it?
Wow. Okay. Now for something completely different. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Oh, we need a Ministry of Funny Walks or something to
know what the problem is?
change the pace in this place.
You know what the problem is? We didn't have any pizza.
That's what it is. Fuck you,
It is.
Scooter.
I think we're all
I'm hungry and famished.
well, I would say we're delusional with starvation, but I think I got enough reserves here. I can't claim that one. It would never
Scooter actually thought it was
stand up in court.
Monday.
But that's just it. I've turned myself into a cannibal. I'm eating myself now. This is horrible. From the inside out, Scooter. Damn you. Damn you.
I texted
Dirty apes.
him. Oh, I texted him. What day is it? What day is today? He's like, fuck.
In his defense, until Kim told me I had a radio show tonight, I wasn't gonna fucking be here. I thought it was Monday too. I was like, oh shit.
Well,
I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna make for
So we're
dinner.
the only ones that knew.
I was going to say, in Scooter's defense, Tara had to tell me my fly was down this morning, so I didn't even make it that far. So I understand.
Well,
And you said
what she did. She
it's
zipped it
not a
up for you.
coincidence.
That's right. That's called invitation. That's right.
Target.
Party for two.
Target of opportunity.
Okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this lane filtering. Basically what it means is that at a stoplight, to avoid collisions from the rear end, don't say it, with a lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly. No, they in some states, they allow the motorcycles to split the lane at a stoplight to filter to the front of the line, so that if there was somebody barreling down not paying attention or lost control of their vehicle, would slam into another vehicle instead of riding up your ass, in turn turning the back of your head into a marshmallow. So, as this state's leading authority in MRO, ABET of Arizona, we sent out a feeler to our other MRO contacts throughout the country, and we got a few interesting things back. We were considering maybe starting a petition and move a bill forward to maybe support something like this. And a couple of MROs brought to our attention that they have tried similar things in their state and they've considered things. I want to bring Dr. Rako into this. He's the vice chairman for the MMA in Massachusetts. And basically what he said was, you're more likely to have a door opened if people saw you coming and doing some kind of lane splitting, because lane splitting is illegal there. But filtering is not illegal, but it's not legal. You know what I mean? It's not a law saying you can't do it. So
there's not a law saying you can.
Correct. So it's one of those things where monkey see, monkey do. And what they're having a problem with over there was they're having a hard time deciphering what the law is. But in the meantime, what they're really having a problem with is have worked so hard to consistently fight for equality, just like we do in Arizona, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling in their states. It's not that we want to be treated differently. We just want to be safer. And when people see that kind of preferential treatment given to motorcyclists, it just makes the animosity grow, and therefore we're fighting harder for things. So what some of these other states are bringing to the forefront is we need to be focusing on things that are more advantageous to all traffic that just happen to support the awareness and safety of motorcycles, if that makes sense.
Let me ask you a question. Is lane filtering legal here in Arizona?
No, it is not. It is currently illegal.
And it says that on the books that it is illegal to do?
Correct. Okay. So right now we can't do it by law. But we were trying to figure out, is this something that we maybe need to do? Because there has been more than a handful of fatal accidents.
Well, oh yeah, I actually lost a friend about 5 years ago because he was sitting at a stoplight and somebody texting rear-ended him at 55 miles an hour on Camelback. He was half a block from his house. But we talked about before, it's harder to get a law off the books than it is to put one on.
Correct.
Because they never go off. Is it a law saying that you can't? How do you change something that says you can't do something saying that you can?
The law isn't written. The law isn't written specifically for motorcycles. The way the law is currently written is that there will be no use of the shoulder or other, and again I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the book in front of me, but any other means to be able to move up in traffic. That you need to stay in your lane. The only people that are able to share lanes at this time, the law, is a motorcycle.
Two motorcycles.
Correct. In the same lane.
With permission.
Correct. But in the same lane. What you're asking them to be able to do is to go out of their lane and possibly into somebody else's, which then a car would be sharing a lane with a motorcycle. It doesn't specifically have a law in the books that has anything to do against lane filtering as we're giving it a definition. They're just, the way that the law is written right now is that no two vehicles can occupy the same lane other than motorcycles in the same lane, but filtering, then you'd be leaving your lane and possibly going to somebody else's. So Matt Danielson from McGrath and Danielson is a motorcycle law group in West Virginia. They chimed in on this as well. And they've been approached several times, according to his email, and they've declined to pursue such legislation, even as a motorcycle law group, to support it. And one of the major reasons was it doesn't seem to be a horrible problem, that the percentages of deaths that are happening in West Virginia are coming from this problem, that they have a bigger fish to fry, which leads me to my past conversations with you guys in general legislation of how we're supporting things. We're trying to support things that affect every single motorcyclist on the road, things that are killing our brothers and sisters, things that are possibly putting us in harm's way, whether that be in a legal situation or a physical situation. And he brought up the point that in West Virginia, it doesn't seem to be the thing on the top. It doesn't ring up on the Family Feud as the top 5 or 6 reasons why their brothers and sisters are being discriminated against or killed, for that matter. And then, of course, they chimed in and said the same thing about the equality. You know how universally they would be hated if, again, motorcyclists are going to do things that we're not in a cage allowed to do. So those riders or drivers will be taking their animosity out on us, which again puts us in an unsafe environment. So
I see a lot of aggression just because we can ride in the HOV lanes.
So can
during-
school buses. What, you can start shooting up kids? Well, never mind.
yeah.
That's happening
But
too,
it's,
right?
you know, I mean, I see a lot of animosity riding in the HOV lane. People get pissed off that I can ride the bike in, you know, the HOV lane.
Actually, you can't ride your bike anywhere.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Scooter, why don't you look up a rim shot? I think Mike deserves a rim shot sound effect for that one, because that was a
You
good
can
one.
just lean over there and give him a rim job.
Whoa!
Salad tossing. It's a contest. It's like midget tossing, but only I win.
My phone's ringing.
Your phone's ringing.
It's for you.
It's for me.
It's chata.
Shut the fuck up.
Every time that we need to have like some kind of like some like pinata music every time he does, that'd be awesome. So we have kind of come to the determination by listening to some of our other brethren out there that have maybe traveled the same road or had aspirations to do so, to put that one on the back burner. We're still going to really continue not fighting that. But in case anybody was hearing about this lane filtering, trying to figure out what it is, basically that's what it is. At stop traffic, at lights and stop signs, you're able to move to the front of the line. But then there's a lot of problems with that. It's just like the marijuana thing in Colorado. Yeah, sure, go ahead and smoke marijuana, ain't going to kill you. Great. How do we tax it? How do we dispense it? How do we pull people over? Same thing. Once you get to the front of the line and the light turns green, who the hell gets to go now? You got 4 friggin' vehicles across 2 lanes of traffic.
That would be me.
Right?
I get to go
Faster,
first.
faster, faster.
That's right.
And then the cars are going to get pissed because you came out of nowhere, and now they're going to run you off the friggin' road. I mean, there's just issues.
Catch me, bitch.
No, they'll catch
Wouldn't
you.
be hard to do.
They'll
Wouldn't be hard at all.
Yeah, because his garage door is really solid. They ain't getting in there.
Oh, boy.
You pass the dogs first.
Yeah, I can see where that's a lot of problems, but there's a lot of benefits that aren't just preventing us from getting killed and I'm talking strictly to the air-cooled bikes now.
Sure.
Sometimes when we're riding in traffic here, you're waiting 4 or 5 cycles to get through a freaking intersection, especially during rush hour.
Well, then don't buy that darn motorcycle there,
Oh,
mister.
yeah, because I should cater. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Oh,
Fuck
that's
up.
a flip over headbutt, motherfucker. If I ever
I'll
heard
tell
one,
you
I swear
what,
to God.
that's what knows a bit.
No, but air-cooled bikes, if you're sitting at stoplights at 107 degrees, and you're doing this for a 10-mile trip and you're hitting, say, every other light, that's 5 times where you're sitting 4 or 5 lights to get through an intersection. And your bike's going to heat up. I like this lane filtering because it gets you to the front of the line. You can start getting some air moving over that motor.
Or they could just subsidize an oil cooler from Oil Bud.
They could do that.
Completely closed system with a thermostat.
I think the government should buy me one.
I think so. At least subsidize it. Like, I don't know, 100%.
That would work for me.
Tax write-off.
Hey, we'll just tell Oil Bud. We'll just tell Bud to start building his coolers out of corn because they subsidize all them farmers. And then go to Monsanto.
No, but then they tell them not to grow.
Ooh.
Grow Monsanto or you go to jail. So if you don't want Monsanto under your bike, I'll just give it cancer. Shit be falling off. Like leprosy.
Gassy damn bike ain't going nowhere anyway. No, but
I
hey,
digress.
subsidize Oil Bud. That's a new campaign. Government, subsidize Oil Bud.
I'm not paying for shit. I'm not.
Damn the man, kill
I'm not
like
paying for anybody else. Just don't take my money and let me buy Oil Bud.
You know what? There's a lot.
That's the free market right there.
There's a lot of validity in that. I'll tell you this right now. To digress, which I love to do, and this is the show to do it. Fucking amen, brother.
Because we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
The fear of loss to people is so much greater than the excitement of gain. For example, if I sent a piece of mail to your house that said, switch to Cox Communication tomorrow and save $50, you'd probably throw that fucker right in the trash. The reason being, you found a way to sustain your life now. So whatever you're currently spending is something you're willing to do. So it's not a benefit. But if I sent you the same piece of mail and a week later saying that if you don't switch to Cox Communication next month, you're going to lose $50, you're going to probably pay a second thought to this because you don't want to lose what you've currently gained. It's the same $50. It's just a matter of gaining it or losing it. It's still the transfer of the same $50. But the way that it's worded, people get all concerned because they're like, oh, God, I'm going to lose something? No, I'm happy where I'm at. Status quo. Fuck that. Don't take nothing from me. Same $50, but it's how you communicate that. And that's why I fucking hate Democrats. That's what I can say about that.
Here's what I got to say about that. Because that took a sharp turn and ended abruptly.
Well, you know, I could just have some
But
thoughts. I just had some thoughts back to when I was in high school. If you don't go out with me, you'll lose your virginity.
Yeah, if you don't go out with me.
No,
you
I was
may.
thinking we should pass these laws. We should present this, have the abate lobbyist go up there and present this as, if these laws don't get passed, when Biggest dies, every time you yawn, he's going to stick his ghost stick in your mouth.
Ooh.
You should present it like that.
The ghost
And that's
stick.
a loss. That's a loss for them. They're like, oh
Or
my
a gain.
God.
It all depends if you're Jeff Flake. No.
The views.
No, the views he's stating, I totally agree with, because I hate that motherfucker too.
The views stated on this show are based on this show and this show only. It does not represent the network as a whole.
They can only be so lucky to have this
Oh
opinion.
man, I love.
No wonder
I
Adam
would love
James
to have- I would
lawyers
love
on
to have-
retainers because of us.
I'd love to have him come on the show. Just give me 5 minutes. Five
But
minutes.
you know, let's go back to the ghost penis theory.
Okay.
I'm just really excited about the idea that someday I will become a ghost and people cannot stop from yawning. And the best part
That's
is,
right.
it's innately contagious.
I know.
I can
So
just
once
walk
you get
around.
one,
I'm gonna go to the subway.
and you're just
every weekend.
dragging them across. Don't.
It's just mushrooms on lips, man.
Hell yeah!
Oh
I'm
man,
telling you, that's gonna be a good time. I can't wait to die. It's gonna be awesome.
man, ghost penis. Is that not awesome?
So
Wow.
if I die before any of you, every time you yawn, I will be ubiquitous. My ghost penis will be ubiquitous and pass the planes. And the whole time I won't be saying, "Take it, bitch, take it." So just know it.
But just hey, remember,
You know what we need
Once
to do?
I die, never yawn again.
but
You
be
know what-
aware,
what
be
we need-
aware.
what we need-
Biggest is going to have also assless ghost chap. So other ghosts out there, remember,
What
he's
we need to-
available.
what we need to
I'll
do.
be hey, I'm a ghost. I'll be throwing the starfish on everybody. I don't give a fuck.
What we need to do is we
Musty
We'll,
spider
we'll
hole.
call it ink stamping. Boink.
And every time you come in from the garden, all of a sudden there's a little mud on your face. No.
No.
That's biggest.
Well, that's going to be where people out in the sun. That's going to act like sunscreen. So they're not going to have any suntan right there.
Just
It's
a-
going to be permanent. It's going
just
to last like for months.
A natural musty spider hole
That's
tattoo.
right.
Yes.
I'm gonna make Biggest an ashtray out of an old gas tank, and I'm gonna get
And not wash it out. So the first time put a cigarette out.
That's right.
It's gonna go,
That's right.
Never yawn. Don't fucking yawn.
Yeah, right. However, what we can do is custom paint it with little, like instead of ghost flames, ghost penises all over it.
Penises. Yes. Outstanding.
Oh.
You know, I'm telling you, this ghost penis theory is going to go places.
It's gonna.
People are going to be dying to just to be reincarnated as just a flaccid penis, just cause.
I'm going to do it. Every one of you that fucking yawns. Pray you die before me.
Yeah, and then we'll just throw a ghost penis in your mouth.
So back to lane filtering. That's the reason why we don't do it.
You got some ghost penises.
Hey, interpret that section any way you'd like. That's right.
Okay, Two Broke for Sturgis is in a couple weeks.
It is.
It's the big fundraiser for Beta of Arizona.
It is.
Where and when?
It is June 19th to June 22nd. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday we shut it down out of Mormon Lake Lodge, Northern Arizona. And again, I'm gonna throw this out there. If anybody goes to the abetaofaz.org website, goes on their PayPal site, and registers for the ride, pre-registers for it, and just pays the money, I'll throw another ticket or two or three. Actually, they're going to cost me $1 a piece into the 50/50. Last year it was $1,575.
Didn't you win last year? Or the year
No, I
before?
won like 3 years ago, and it was this big ordeal. You know, like
because you rigged it.
So,
Wink, 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 nudge,
nudge,
nudge.
nudge. Say no more. Say no
Yes.
more. No, I wasn't a state officer at the time, so it was okay. I was just a fella.
I'm just a fella.
I'm just
Biggest
a dude.
fella.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm listening again to any of you generous monkey butt listeners out there. Again, go to abetaofaz.org, click on the Two Broke for Sturgis website, the link, pay via PayPal. Just put in there your name is Monkey Butt, aka Bob Stevens, whatever it is. And I swear to God and baby Jesus, I'll take care of you in one way or another. We just appreciate the donations.
And I will be there to make sure that all tickets are not compromised.
Well, I got a question. If Monkey Butt, aka Bob Stevens, signs up like 5 times, but it's not really Bob Stevens, you'd be screwed.
Why?
Why?
Bob Stevens is going to get the money.
Yeah, but Bob Stevens it doesn't even exist.
Well, I got to mail the check somewhere. The check will be coming from me. But I'll take it one step further. This is what I'm going to do. And if you buy now,
if you're local, you can come on the show and get it.
absolutely. Hell, and Biggest will even kiss your ass.
No.
Damn it.
No.
That's coming gone.
That's this coming
No,
weekend.
that's you got to
this
give
coming-
like $100
That's
on
this-
top of everything else.
That's this coming weekend.
So that's an additional 100. We got a minute. $100. That's this weekend.
$100, kiss Bigust's ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Catrano,
Troop Run.
yeah, AZ Troop Run.
Steel Horse.
Yeah, Steel Horse.
Yeah, it's Steel
Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday, 8 a.m. Start drinking Bloody Marys and have a good time.
And I'll be out there.
We'll let you know how that goes.
Okay, thanks. Fuck you.
Okay, we're wrapping it up here. We didn't get to talk about my bow, but I got an awesome bow. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, cool, man.
Ooh, unless you break it between now and then.
Oh, I ain't going to break
Okay.
it.
Until next time, be good to one another. Peace.
And don't be a dick.